Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Bringling. My name is Anshav Jain, and I'm founder and managing director of Bringle Excellence UK and India. Welcome to all of you to day 3 of Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao Success Festival Financial Year 2023. And thank you all the startups, investors, founders, ecosystem partners to make this, thing reality today. What we are going to talk about everything about startup ecosystem today. There are a lot of efforts which has been put up over a period of last 3 to 5 years time, and we are going to develop the Indian startup ecosystem in the next 3 to 5 years and transform India into a startups capital of the world. How many of you know that India is actually the third largest startup ecosystem across the globe already? India has given more than 100 plus unicorns. Indian entrepreneurs are doing, or the leaders are doing the best all across the globe. In fact, there is almost all the Fortune 500 companies have Indian leaders leading those ecosystems, which proves the entrepreneurial ecosystem, strength or mindset of Indian entrepreneurs. And this Success Festival, day 3 today, I would like to, first of all, wish you a very happy World Entrepreneurs Day today on 21st August 2023. And this is why we have chosen to talk about startups ecosystem every year on 21st August 2023. 2 years ago, when we took the pledge of financial freedom on 15th August 2021, when we completed our 75 years of, when we were celebrating our 75th year of independence and started the Azadi Ka Amrit Kaal, which actually in the last year, 2022, from 19 to 21st August, we had set up a World Book of Records with almost 800 plus cumulative speakers, 10,000 plus registrations, 32,000 plus views in 110 countries in the non-stop 50.5 hours of sessions. And along with that, we have got an overall reach of Bringle in 6 continents, of course, leaving Antarctica, 158 countries, 21 subcontinents, and 2,024 cities globally. This year, we are targeting to set up another world record by actually broadcasting this entire Success Festival of 3 days, which we did it in physical in IPS Bangalore on 19th of August. 20th was virtual for Bringle Talks for gurus and shishyas of educational ecosystem, focusing on skills development ecosystem. And today we are going to demonstrate our startups community, portfolio startups and investment cohort startups out there. With this, we would like to, first of all, invite all the investors, mentors, entrepreneurs out there to come and join the ecosystem. You can check more details at sonekichidiya.org or at designyourunicorn.com. These are the 2 websites you can reach out to and understand more about the concepts, what we are working upon. But we are all together working towards one mission. How could we transform India into a self-sustainable, environmental friendly and financially independent economy, leading to zero unemployment and net zero. That is about the day 3 of 21st August. Now, why are we celebrating this self-sustainability or this national management week? In fact, we have just launched one initiative called Full Job, which I'll be going to talk about.
We can't hear you. All this going on.
But India is today the youngest country in the world. The average age of 28 years is 54% of the population. Indian population is less than 30 years. And this is one of the best from humanity. And if we can leverage this opportunity of our country in the next 5 years' time, India can actually be a super powerful economy much before before we complete our 100 years of independence in 2047, which is just 24 years ahead. Another aspect which we need to focus upon right now, because I don't know how many of you are aware that more per So that is creating a big void with respect to the availability of the jobs out there. 90% of these people who actually get the job. So if you talk about the numbers, there are around 4 crore out of 26 crore youth in our country who are job ready or who are looking for some kind of an employment. So that is creating get jobs in our country. Out of 4 crores, only 1.1 crores get some sort of a job. And 90% of these 1.1 crores actually leave their first job or actually thrown out of their first job.
Anshul, we couldn't hear you.
Just a moment. Get some sort of a job. And 90% of these 1.1 actually leave their first job. Thank you for that. Just I didn't.
We couldn't hear you.
Sorry, are you able to hear me now? Just a moment.
There's a background noise coming.
Is it coming now as well?
No, not now.
Thank you so much, everybody. I didn't realize it. I actually kept my speaker on mute and I couldn't hear myself so that it doesn't disturb, but didn't realize that the music was going on at the behind. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Okay, so I am sharing my screen again. And let me just start this again for the benefit of everybody. But yeah, just a crux of it. India is the youngest country in the world today with the average age of 28 years. So we should be leveraging our ecosystem in the next 3 to 5 years for our youth and children of our country. That is the first aspect. The second thing, we need to work on making them the job providers rather than the job seekers, because right now, one of the biggest challenges is that we don't have enough jobs in our country. One is Vision 2030 is what we are working upon, which is the volume 1 of the book Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao on Mission Zero Unemployment. We are looking at transforming 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses and 100 unicorns and adding $5 trillion economy to our country by investing $1 billion over a period of 3 to 5 years time. So that is the mission or the vision which we are looking at. 8th of August, 2023, when India actually, when India started, or in fact, I would say, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, whom we know as Bapuji, started a Quit India movement on 8th August 1942. And we had initiated a new movement on the same day called Quit Job Movement. And you can check more details about it. What are those, what is the details about Quit Job Movement on our website, sonekichidiya.org, in the North India Curtain Raiser video out there. It's a 1.5 hours video, but you should go through it to understand what is Agast Kranti all about. And all of you community startups, had pitched in during that time. There were around 37 startups who had pitched during that time. We'll be continuing this journey of Agast Kranti after this event as well, and we would be looking at onboarding 102 startups into our community. So looking forward to from each of you to come forward and share the startups. If you're working on anything which could transform India back into a #1 economy, would love to have you part of our ecosystem. So please go on designyourunicorn.com and submit your pitch deck today. We will take you up for the Agast Kranti second phase of the festival next week out there. Now, who can join this North India Curtain Raiser or, this Quit Job Movement or Design Your Unicorn? There are 4 major set of stakeholders which we are expecting to support out there or work with them. The one is the educational institutions, because we are talking about schooling the next generation of 10 million plus entrepreneurs of India. So school nowadays, we have a lot of incubation centers coming up in the education institutions. But if you don't have an incubation center right now, or you want to set up an incubation center through which you can support the local startups, bring more startups and entrepreneurs from your own educational institution, would be happy to support you on that. entrepreneurs and businesses. So if you are already an entrepreneur or trying to start your own company, you might be working somewhere, you might have already an idea, you might be struggling to generate revenues or maybe raise funds for you, please come forward and submit your pitch deck to us. We would be happy to support you on that. If you're an expert, if you're a trainer, trainer, mentor, coach, consultant, anything of that, and or you are a professional running, maybe a self-employed industry, please reach out to us. We would help you to digitize and monetize your expertise into a passive income business model so that you can work more on, become more financially free out there. And then eventually help you to convert that into a startup, which could eventually become a unicorn. If you are an angel investor or a retail investor or the firms or the venture capitalists who are working towards startup ecosystem or would like to invest in that, we have an option to invest in startups with as low as 12,000 rupees along with a guaranteed returns of as high as 12% per annum. Along with, you have an easy liquidation option available on our NFT platform, by which you don't have to wait for exiting from the startup or the startups giving you the exits. You can actually sell your equity stake to some other investors across the globe using the NFT platform. This is one of the initiative which we are launching in the schools, wherein we are looking at schools and colleges, where we're talking about schooling the next generation of 10 million plus entrepreneurs out there, leveraging the 15 lakh plus schools in our country. And this is where we are talking about 50 crore plus children in our country today. And out of that, we are only looking at 2% of the people, 2% of the children coming up and becoming the next generation of the entrepreneurs out there. With our collegepreneur program, which we also know as IPL in 3 E's, we are looking at nurturing the youth innovation in the the high school, the colleges, the universities to set up the incubation cells and unleashing the next 1 million plus startups of India. Digitizing and monetizing the expertise of 1 million plus professionals into a passive income opportunity. And this is going to be very, very important, especially from the self-employed people perspective, who are probably not ready to do what, they don't understand how to start a company or work on that. So we will help them to leverage their expertise if they are, working in a job and they want to come out of it. That is where the quit job movement is all about. We will help them to digitize and monetize their expertise into a passive income model in just 3 months of time. And we have done it with hundreds of professionals already with that. And there are many more people which we are bringing it into the ecosystem. Another aspect is our Design Your Unicorn $1 billion fund. We are going to invest around in 1,000 plus startups over a period of 3 to 5 years. And we would be transforming their businesses into 100x in next 3 to 5 years so that we can give our country 100 unicorns. And that is what the concept of funding the next 100 unicorns of India. And if you are an investor or you would like to, or an entrepreneur and who would like to be a part of this journey, would love to, have you onboarded with us, please check our website, designyourunicorn.com and sonegichidia.org. Now, what is this Design Your Unicorn methodology? It's a 5-stage process wherein we actually evaluate every startup into these 5 stages of journey. Most of your startups would have who are entered into a portfolio startups would be at either at green belt, blue belt and black belt level. The white belt and yellow belt will remain at a community level till the time they are ready to execute or go to the market. They have a ready go-to-market strategy. They have a product available. They are investment ready. We will not be taking them into the portfolio startups. While if they want to become investment ready or they want to come in the portfolio startups, they can go through our various programs which are available. And if they get selected, they will be moved to the portfolio startups. The 5 stages works on from the idea validation perspective. And there are 5 stages of the product as well. So in the first product, you are actually developing your community. You have just an idea. You're trying to validate that idea. You still don't have a full-fledged product. And that is where the white belt strategy comes in. You can get your product ready or, have your basic elevator pitches ready in this white belt program. The second level, which comes into a yellow belt program, which goes for for a 21 weeks program. It's a 3 months program where you support, we help you to convert into a complete startup readiness challenge. Once you become a complete startup, you have an entire model. We take it to the MVP to TMO, the main offering, the main product which we create for you. Then we go to the blue ocean strategy, which is creating your unique value proposition for your particular startup so that you can reach out to your customers much better. And the black belt startup, where you have already shown your early traction, you have got some customers probably in an area, small area, but you are looking at a global growth level, and that is where the black belt startup comes into that. The startups community, as I just mentioned to you about, there are 3 stages into it, 3 aspects of the community. So once you come into the startup, once you reach to the green belt level, we give you an opportunity to pitch in front of our investors, mentors, and customers to come as a community startup. And you can come in over there, pitch your startup. You would see 51 startups have already pitched to us in our platform, designyourunicorn.com. And we will be looking at bringing 102 startups in this month in August Kranti Festival. Next month, we will have more and more startups. We would be targeting to have around 1,000 plus startups by the end of next year coming and pitching to us. The second stage is called portfolio startups, where we are going to showcase our portfolio startups of 15 portfolio startups today. And each of the portfolio startup would be helping us to work on, we will be taking them ahead with their customers or prospective customers or investors to help them for fundraising and business development. This whole objective is to focus on incoming and optimizing the incoming and outgoing cash flow management, incoming with respect to fund investments or revenue generation, outgoing with respect to cash flow modeling or operational excellence or, revenue realization, optimization, cost optimization, and various other aspects of digital transformation. So these are the areas where we are going to focus with them with respect to their business perspective, their customer perspective, their financial perspective, and their operations perspective. The third stage is going to be the investment cohorts. The investment cohorts are the ones where we are going to invest our time, money, and expertise out there. And there where we are either have a strategic or a financial equity on that. There are 8 of the investment cohorts which are already there in our investment cohort and are available on, you can check that in at designyourunicorn.com. And this is where the entire support ecosystem will be provided. We will be creating their syndicate funds, separate syndicate funds on various different angel network platforms. Along with that, we will be also running their various demo days to reach out to other retail and angel investors. We will also be investing from our Design Your Unicorn $1 billion fund. The first tranche would be around 30 lakh rupees. And over a period of time, we would be investing 14.7 crores over a period of 3 to 5 years time. So this is what we would be looking at, investing 14.7 crores in our first batch of Super 30 startups of financial year 2023. And those will be showcasing there and pitching in a blended metaverse events, also in our luxury cruise events where 2,000 to 5,000 plus high net worth individuals will be coming in and watching, listening to your pitches and investing in your startup or in the fund. Along with that, that will be passed on to those Super 30 startups onto that. There are 4 tranches which we are looking at in this entire model. The first tranche would be of 30 lakh rupees for the Super 30 startups, which actually is a $1.5 million fund. The second fund would be of top 102 startups, where we would be investing 1.2 crores per startup, overall a fund of $20.1 million. Then the third tranche is Smart 390, with in each startup will get an investment of 3 crores with a total fund size of $192 million. And finally, the Fortune 480 startups, which will be investing 10.2 crores per startup and overall a fund of $803.3 million. So that's about the overall fund would be supported out there, and various support would be provided from the perspective of event management, support, business realization, branding, marketing, and various other aspects of cash flow management. Now, these are the three various design your unicorn or Sone ki Chidiya ko jagao lifetime memberships which you can get in from the perspective of becoming a expertpreneur, entrepreneur, or investpreneur. These are lifetime memberships, and these are all investments. These are not cost. This is the first, we call it as a page turners club. This is the first club in the world who actually generates passive income for you, and your entire money comes as an investment, not as a cost. So the first thing is, if you're an expert, trainer, mentor, coach, consultant, you would like to start your expertise, digitize and monetize your expertise into a passive income model. We set up a monthly Bringle Talks format wherein you will actually do share a one-time cost of 12,000 rupees plus GST. You are going to get guaranteed returns on your 12,000 rupees at the rate of 8.4% for the 3 years, for the, till the time you are invested with us. We'll take up a call. It's a 3-year lock-in period. This is a lifetime membership. Every month you will get an opportunity to conduct Bringle Talks format and showcase your expertise to the various customers out there. You will be part of the Bringle Talks format platform. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to join this Design Your Unicorn, the entire lifetime membership platform, you will get a lifetime mentoring around that. There will be a guaranteed returns on your entire amount of 1.2 lakh rupees at 9.3%. At the end of 3 years, your amount would be reinvested in it. It comes as a non-convertible debentures, or CCDs rather, I would call that, which is called as compulsory convertible debentures, wherein at the end of 3 years, that amount would be invested into the Design Your Unicorn fund for the startups which have been there already. And accordingly, you get the equivalent amount of shares into that. You will get unlimited pitching to the investors. We will support you on that. And you will, of course, get a global ecosystem access out there. The third aspect is, if you want to become an investor out there, you can fund the next 100 unicorns by investing minimum, small ticket size of 3 lakh rupees or 4,000 US dollars. You will get a guaranteed returns at the rate of 10% per annum. You will be getting a startup DYU fund, startup NFTs right at this time. So right now, the current NFT value is 17.4 thousand rupees. And we are expecting to grow our startups to 100x in the next 3 to 5 years time. And that is how your money will also grow accordingly. There will be various luxury cruise events which we'll be creating for with the 2,000 to 5,000 plus HNIs, where you will also get an entry access to that, which you can go and be there and see if you want to directly invest into our portfolio or our cohort startups out there. Now, let me just quickly glance you through to our community startups who have pitched in to us, over a period of now 6 months to us. So, okay. So this is what the 21, in fact, this is the 3 years ago when we did this 21 days business sustainability challenge series, which I was talking about, that 80 plus speakers from 30 plus countries have participated in the 21 days non-stop, every day session around that. With a 1 day, we took a pledge to work on this session, and the third day, the last day, we actually had everybody coming in, and we had a very good session of, we call it as a conclusion session. We utilized the entire 21 days of lockdown, which kicked off in India on 27th of March 2020. This is the DYU Startups Festival called Akriti, which was done on Startups India and along with 17 plus startup ecosystem support. And these are there are around 545 plus startups who had participated that time. And we selected 30 startups who had kind of come in and pitched into our Design Your Unicorn Akriti Festival in February 2023. This is the Quit Job Movement, August Kranti. All of you startup, the community startups who have kind of participated out there. Snoring Owl, Lister, Fido, Digital Labor Chalk, WCMS, Amritawa, Coexim, GFresh Agrotech, Evmark, AI Can Sell, Osthara, Bobo Ventures, Desk Work, Mera Peshu, Saira, Om, Hobby Tribe, City Bazaar, Your Sister in Islam, Zeroware, Snehix, Wellfin, One Cup, Mindful Gurukul, Satyarthi, Golden, Vegcart, Duke Care, Toner, Syngas, Penguin ice creams. And from those 51, or I would say overall startups of 650 plus startups, we have now selected around 15 startups who have agreed to work with us, or we have selected actually 39 startups, and 15 of the portfolio startups we are going to showcase it today. From now on, I will be sharing the details about each startup, how they are going to work. Again, we are going to support them on their entire incoming and outgoing cash flow management, all leadership to support on that. If you want to be a part of that, please reach out. Please check designyourunicorn.com and submit your pitch deck to us. If you are selected out there, we would be happy to work towards your, taking you towards your customers and investors out there. There are going to be 3 parameters which we are going to work with them and, or figure out to see whether we can take them into portfolio startups or not. One is their business sustainability index, whether they have a sustainability metrics, whether they can sustain over a period of time. Second is investment readiness index, whether they're ready to be, raise funds for their startup. So we'll be testing them on those grounds as well. We'll be testing them on the third ground of founders coachability, because upskilling and learning is going to be the continuous process. If the founders are not ready to work on their own upskilling, because markets keeps changing, so continuous improvement is the only way by which they can grow out there. So we will be checking them, working with them on that aspect as well. And if they pass on these parameters, they'll be passed on, they'll be shared, with our investment committee. And investment committee, if they decide, we will take them into our investment cohorts out there. So with this, I would just want to take a little pause and would like to thank all the portfolio startups who have agreed to be a part with us in this mission or this vision of transforming India into a #1 economy once again. Thank you so much, all the portfolio startups who are going to pitch today. And all of you have to, will be given a 3-minute slot as soon as your startup slide comes in. Would love to know more about you in terms of how your startup can help transform India back into a #1 economy once again. And this is where we would be looking forward to know more about your startup. All the best to all of you. And the first startup which we have today is Penguin Ice Cream. This is an ice cream factory which addresses the growing demand within a 100-kilometer radius by offering acclaimed ice cream products. Do we have Shri Purushottam and Cholangi with us?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Purushottam Venkatrao. Can I shall I on my video, or is it fine?
Yes, please switch on your video.
Yeah. It's not allowing to open. Is it anything need to be done from your end to give access?
Let me just check.
Yeah. I think it's now on.
Okay.
Yeah. Good evening. Myself, Venkat. Actually, my co-founder was not there. He went. He got some emergency, so he could not join today. So thanks for giving introduction about our startup. As I told earlier also, we are placed 100 kilometers away from Hyderabad, which is a prime location, which is the center for Telangana region. So we are more how, if we come to the point, how we will help India's growth, we have some 2-3 points on that. One is like, see, since we are located near to some urban areas, so we are planning to have an employment from urban areas. So sorry, from rural areas. So employment we can provide from rural areas, and that will help economically growth from that areas also. And also we are planning to procure all machineries from Make in India, Made in India concept. So we are ensuring that all our machineries are procured from Indian markets. And also we are procuring all our raw materials mostly from the farmers. So which will help us help like material which we required for raw materials, we are mostly planning to procure from directly farmers. So I think that is also one of the point where we can help India to transform in this growth. Number one, transforming India into number one. So and whatever we are 100% GST, we are going to follow 100% GST. So which will help to pay taxes on time, and we will that is also will help to growth of India's economy. So these are the points which I'm looking that we can be part of. We want to be a part of growth of India's growth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Satish Kumar. And I think this is wonderful that you've shared about penguin ice creams. And I really, believe that one of the major aspect is which needs to be solved today is how can we help the farmers of our country, and not just about. So I think when you talk about the ice creams, the one of the dairy farming is what going to be get supported much better, and more if we kind of take it up to the larger areas or to the urban areas. And we can help these farmers to convert their dairy products into an ice cream product, which can be taken up, which is liked by everybody out there. So wonderful work which you are doing. Would love to know more about it, how you are working more, how we can spread it out, how you are different from others who are, other ice cream, things, and how it can impact the health of the people as well, much better than anybody else. So we'll talk about that more in our another one-on-one sessions. But thank you so much for being here. And wishing you very, very all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, so we have the second startup with us, which is Capitron. Capitron, do we have who are all there from Capitron? Prakash, I can see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm putting you on spotlight, and you will have to talk about how Capitron will help transforming India into a number one economy in 3 minutes time. And your time starts now. All the best.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for providing the opportunity. So I'm the founder of Capitron. So Capitron is a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, and it's more into technology and Web3 space. So we are looking to transform in terms of technological aspect. Okay, coming to the technology that we are using, we are building on top of Web3. So Web3 is an interactive platform where you can actually interact with the web, like metaverse and all this. So we are actually bringing all centralized operations into decentralized, where people can leverage their privacy and all their needs. Like if you are giving away all your privacy details, like in terms of GDP, I mean, as Europe has brought in GDPR, where privacy regulations, and also our government is also, central government is also working on the benefit of people, where they are always bringing the regulations to give more privacy to the people. So if you talk about the technology part, Web3, where we are already providing all these interactive platforms where anyone can interact with the platform, and we are providing multiple resources in terms of exchanging tokens and tokenizing all assets, and in terms of developing new projects, launch pads, we would say. So we are actually providing all this in our platform, where it's a one-stop solution for all your cryptocurrency and all your decentralized needs. If anyone who want to decentralized, or they want to make it available for all over the world, you'll have to register it, and you'll have to do all the stuff. So if you're talking about our platform, can provide all those in terms of tokens, where your platform can be tokenized. All your assets, all your equities, they can all be tokenized, and they would be spread all over the world. Okay, so this is how all the startups who are there in India, they could also leverage these kind of platforms to make it globally. Not only in terms of equity structure, I'm talking in terms of equity it from 100% to 200%. Okay, now you have all equity of 100%. Now you have 200% where you have 100% in terms of tokens and other part. So our platform is providing that. And in terms of exchanging, so our platform is already live, and we are also providing exchange for various cryptocurrencies for different valuations and from different liquidity pools. And we are using our own AI technology, where we will be built on top of multiple AI technologies, where it provides you the best price available all over the world. So this is how we are trying to expand it more in terms of technological revolution to India. Yeah, I think that's all from my end. So
thank you so much, Prakash. I think that's a wonderful way to showcase in terms of digitalizing and decentralizing the entire ecosystem out there. So I just want to understand, when you say tokenization, how it is going to help the Indian ecosystem.
So if you talk, there is a company, okay, which has 100% of its equity allocated. So now there's a new product that's coming, okay, from them. So so consider you have a flat, or you have a real estate tokenization. You might have heard about it. So when you want to do all this documentation and everything, so company would be taking care of all the documentation, and you could instantly transfer your token, as you said, like NFTs. If you talk about NFTs, the NFTs are right now if they have only real world meaning, then only they would be much worth, or else it's not so much worth. So if you're talking NFTs, we also trade NFTs on our platform. So if you are having any NFTs, you could buy, sell on our platforms, where we all trade launch IDOs. So this kind of revolution we are bringing in digitally from India perspective, to show it as a global company. Why? Because if you talk about these companies in India, it's very less. And also innovation part, we don't want to put other investors from out of the country and make it the similar company of their country. Okay, if you're having more investments from other countries. So
okay. We will talk further about it. I would also just want to understand in 30 seconds how it is different from other platforms like NFT or many other platforms which are available in India already.
Yeah, what's the difference is we are a one-stop solution. You can just connect your wallet, and you can do any of the operations that you want. That's the single stop solution.
Okay.
If you talk about the operations which are there in India, they are not providing all solutions. It's just like only NFT, or like only crypto, or like only one solution.
Okay. And you have the platform ready right now?
Yeah, we are already live. You can find it in capitron.exchange. So so we have already
we'll connect with you. We'll connect with you offline and understand more about this, and we'll see how we can use that in our digitalizing India project Bharatvarsh on the same. So sure. Thank you so much, Prakash.
Yeah, we are
really
already
nice.
Working with T-Hub and other accelerators. So just want to inform.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Prakash. Good knowing about you. And we will now move to the third startup for the day, which is GFresh. Do we have GFresh co-founders here with us, Naman and Shubham?
Yeah, hi.
I can see Shubham. Hi, Shubham.
Hi, Ashna.
Anshaf.
Anshaf, sorry.
Yeah, you'll have to switch on your video.
Just a second. I think so my video is on already.
Yeah, now it is on. Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Shubham, for joining in again. And I think we've been interacting for quite some time. Really good to see the kind of work which you're working upon. Now you'll have 3 minutes to talk about how GFresh could transform India back into a #1 economy, and how it can help us to grow further and further.
So yeah, GFresh is
your video is gone again. You'll have to come back to video again.
I think so. There is some issue with my phone. So is it possible that I can switch off the camera and then speak?
No problem. You go ahead. I'll share the screen. You can talk.
The company is GFresh is a disruptive B2B supply chain company, which is revolutionizing the agriculture vegetable supply chain ecosystem, which create a significant impact in empowering the small marginal farmers who are getting rid of the middlemen and multi-level collaborations from the middlemen, which makes the inefficient supply chain of the agriculture ecosystem. The GFresh is also working with the customer side to solve the problems of delivering quality products, on-time delivery, and competitive prices, which is making the supply chain efficient and delivering the fresh and quality produce. Company is completely bootstrapped till date and is working on a deep tech technologies like blockchain-based AML platform for demand supply forecasting, price predictability, and automation of the operations, so that GFresh can scale at a higher scale, can scale the business at a organic manner to a long term to become $1 billion company and be a leading player into the ecosystem. And till now, we have been, it's almost 4.5 years in the organizations, and we have been impacted lives of close to 1 lakh farmers and have generated an ARR of close to a cumulative revenue of 200 plus crores in sales. And we are completely profitable from day one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Shubham. I think I would also want to understand how GFresh would help the farmers out there. And you mentioned about AI and blockchain, I mean, AI and ML based platforms. So how is that going to be differentiate and, create a differentiator in the market and will help and support farmers and maybe the customers?
So, I will answer the first question about the farmers' benefit. Like, we don't source the specific qualities of the produce from the farmers. We source the entire produce of the farmers, whatever they are willing to sell at a best possible price at the market price, so that the farmers get a maximum output at the same time. Whereas using the blockchain-based technology and AML for the price forecasting, we are using the informations of the farmers and the inputs from the farmers about the sowing, harvesting, and the entire life cycle of the onions. Based on that, we guide the farmers on the market guidance and the supply chain management, so that they get a better price and the customer also get the fresh produce at the time of eating.
Okay. And what is the stage of your platform right now in terms of the technology platform?
So in terms of technological platform, for the farmer-based applications are live, and we are also working on the customer side applications.
Okay, Shubham. Shubham would love to know more about it. I think you are focusing on onions right now. So do you have any strategy or a plan to get into other crops as well?
Yeah, we have the other we have plans to add other SKUs going forward, but it will be majorly post fundraise once we have stabilized the agriculture, the onion ecosystem well, and then we can start the other commodities which are complementing to our farmer and the buyer network.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, Shubham. We'll reach out to you separately and we'll understand how we could work together. All the best. Okay, thank you so much. So that was Shubham. And now we have the next startup, which is Fido. So do we have Fido with us?
Yeah, hi.
Okay, sorry, I think
Satyajit.
Satyajit, you'll have to switch on your video.
Yeah, I will, sir, but actually I'm traveling right now. So I'll do it.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to put you on a spotlight for some time. And if you want to at least talk for your startup, go ahead. So Satyajit, what you need to do is 3 minutes. You need to talk about how Fido can help transforming India into a #1 economy once again.
Yep. Yeah. So hi everyone, and let me just give a very brief about Fido first. So we are basically a hyper-local discovery startup, and we let every small and medium level businesses share information about their products and offers to our customers. So basically, just let me give you a very brief how we started. So my uncle had 2 retail marts, and one of the very main problem that was happening was the problem of lack of discovery. So they were giving many good discounts to their customers, but customers were unable to get this information. Okay.
Seems some network issue at his end.
But hello.
Yeah, we couldn't hear much. If you have a network issues, you can switch off your video. I'll put the screen on.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I was saying, So the problem which was happening is that small and medium level businesses, they don't have any platform where they can share any information about any kind of offers or discount, as in the case with e-commerce platforms, right? So in e-commerce platform, what we see, if there is any sale, like in Flipkart, they have numerous way how they share the information, like they share it in emails, they share through notifications, but there are more than 70% of businesses in India, and they are like working with the traditional level business, right? Like small and medium level shops. And they don't have any such platform where they can inform their customers about any kind of discount which they want to give it to their customers. And that's why Fido came. So Fido is a platform where we help these small and medium level businesses in sharing their information about any kind of discount or any kind of sale which they want to give it to their customers. And right now we are helping more than 10,000 such merchants from 5 different cities in Eastern India to help and compete with the big players out there. So that's what we have been doing. And right now we are backed by Microsoft and NASCOM, and we are going to expand to 10 cities by the end of this year.
That's absolutely great, Satyajit. Would love to know more about it. Tell me something more that you said you're focusing in East India right now.
Yes, so right now we have started from Eastern India, sir. We have started from Bhubaneswar, then we went to Cuttack, and so basically we are right now present in Odisha and West Bengal and Jharkhand. We are just expanding. So right now we are in the eastern side of India, and we will be expanding towards the northern region very soon.
Perfect. So would love to know more about it. We have now our Indian ecosystem of Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao in all 5 regions of the country: North, West, South, East, and Central region. So we love to see how we can scale this up to the other parts and understand more how it could benefit the Indian ecosystem out there.
For sure.
So we'll
For
set up
sure.
a separate one-on-one call for the same. Thank you so much,
For sure.
Satyajit. Nice hearing you. Okay, so now the next startup is Mindful Gurukul, and whom do we have? Darshana, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Darshana.
Hi, Ash.
Great. So you have 3 minutes. I'll just remove the spotlight. Okay, so Darshana, wish you all the best, and you have 3 minutes to talk about how Mindful Gurukul can transform India back into a #1 economy and make everybody a hero in their own life.
Yeah, so Ashna, as you mentioned earlier, the Indian population is under age of 26. So 50% of the population is under 26. So maximum people are connected to academic results, right? And we are into education sector. The biggest problem right now, a student is facing boredom in studies, and they're distracted because of social media and gaming platforms. And they are wasting a lot of crucial time of them in this all things. And overall, they are into stress and anxiety because they are not able to perform. And the productivity has gone down. So the Mindful Gurukul has get an online solution. We don't provide any content. We are just helping child to create a study habit on a day-to-day basis, where we are tracking their stress levels, distraction levels, and study patterns. Especially study patterns will help the children to improve their productivity on a daily basis, and they will be able to perform well in their exams. And they will improve their academic results, and overall the child performance with mental health and the problems which they are facing related academics will be solved. So the productivity go higher. So हमें क्या करना है? हमें right now we are already with few schools and colleges in Mumbai. We want to spread this word. We want to create a student community जहाँ student ही दूसरे student को help कर रहा है, motivate कर रहा है पढ़ाई के लिए, and overall they are growing each other. And because of that, तो एक कम्युनिटी जो अपने मोटिवेट करता है एक दूसरे को, जहाँ एक ग्रोथ सेटअप होता है, फिर वो कोई भी सेक्टर से हो, एग्रीकल्चर से हो, वो मेडिकल से हो, या इंजीनियरिंग से, कहीं से भी बच्चा जब पढ़ता है और एक दूसरे बच्चे को हेल्प करता है, तो ओवरऑल द ग्रोथ होता है. एंड दैट वेयर वी वांट टू से पढ़ेगा इंडिया तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया, एंड देयर वी आर प्लीज्ड. थैंक यू.
Wonderful statement. जब बढ़ेगा इंडिया तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया. In fact, this is one of our major statement when we talk about सोने की चिड़िया को जगाओ, because we always, one of the focus in our book सोने की चिड़िया को जगाओ, if you see the back side of the book, we actually track 3 matrices. I'm a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt. So I have a, strong belief that anything you can measure, you can improve. And that is why we have launched 3 indexes out there. One is called as Education Index or Knowledge Index, which is basically on the same concept you talk about. So while it is Knowledge Index, Employability Index, and Business Sustainability Index, but let's talk about Education Index. And that's where we always say that जब पढ़ेगा इंडिया तभी तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया. But India पढ़ा कितना है? How much it is educated, who knows about it? And that is why in our book, there is a concept from University of California professor, who is an Italian person, and here now have set up a new index called GDKP. It's not GDP, it's Gross Domestic Knowledge Product. So it is quite explained in that book as well. So I would recommend you to buy that book from Amazon and know about it, because you can actually create a lot of benefits around that. There's one more aspect which I want to talk about. There is one of our co-author, Lakshmi. She's actually no more with us. She left us at a very early, quite an early age. But she has a concept called Reach IPR. And we want to take that up now, because in the memory of her, because she has been very good supporter for us. She was supporting us in Telangana and various other parts of the country, and she was focusing on mental health. What you mentioned just now about a student supporting student was the actual concept of Reach IPR. So you've actually picked up 2 important points from our book, or this initiative, or this movement. So would really want to understand this much more, how you are working on this concept of, student supporting student, tracking their mental health, because there is another, aspect which we are launching in our volume 2 of the book. And I would want you to write an article over there, or, share about what you're working in that book, which is on volume 2 on Mission Net Zero, which actually talks about bringing excellence in ESG, environment, social impact, and governance, with a focus on MBS, mind, body, and soul. So what you are talking about, we are actually creating a happiness index out there. So you are also doing something like that in terms of understanding their stress levels, maybe through studies, maybe through anything else. So happiness index is being run by our co-founder, Dr. Vinaya. She is based out of Bangalore, and would love to connect with you on that and see how we can work together to create this happiness index, develop the Reach IPR community, and transform, everybody into a happy individual. Because I remember in 3 Idiots movies, one of my favorites movie, that character always, that Amir Khan character, he says that, engineers बहुत smart होते हैं. उन्होंने दिल की हार्ट बीट मेजर करने का तो इक्विपमेंट बना दिया, बट यहाँ जो प्रेशर पड़ता है उसके लिए कोई इक्विपमेंट नहीं है. सो आई थिंक if Mindful Gurukul can create an equipment which can measure the stress levels, would be really good for us, because if we know the stress levels, then only we can work to reduce it down. So thank you so much. Wonderful sharing, and we will definitely reach out to you and work with you on this. Thank you so much, and that is wonderful. So now we have the next startup, which we call as Syra People. Syra People, whom do we have for the same?
I don't think they have joined, and I tried calling them. They are not picking up.
No problem. No problem. We'll connect with them later. So we'll move to
And
the
Bobo
next
Ventures also. Next also.
Okay, fine. Let them join up. We'll go to the next. So Bobo Ventures is also not here now, but I think their pitch is already available on our website, designyourunicorn.com, and we will take the details from there. Then we have the next startup, WCMS Investments. And I think we have Thiru with us for the same.
Yes.
Okay, so let me just put him on spotlight. Hi, Thiru.
Hi.
Thank you for joining, and you will have 3 minutes to talk about how WCMS Investments can help transforming India into a #1 economy once again.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi, this is me, J.C. Tirumurugan, the founder director of WCMS Investment Solutions Private Limited from Chennai. We are a fintech startup with a focus to aggregate all type of pre-qualified fundraising solutions across the globe for any Indian successful and promising business model. Our main objective is to make my mother country, India, economically strong and the next emerging global superpower. We believe this is possible if India becomes a land of innovation and if this innovation goes to the right entrepreneurship. It is no doubt this world has been bringing a lot of innovations, but to make my country superpower economical, these innovations have to be structured as a good business model, and this business model have to be supported with the right fundraising solutions to suit their requirement at different stages of the business. See, the problem here is India is having a lot of entrepreneur ideas. We have supported the entire world with the entrepreneur ideas. The entire big businesses are being led by Indians, right from Apple or right from Google, our Indians are been running the business. But businesses in India is not able to take up to the next level because of the right fundraising solutions. They don't know. The entrepreneur is very good at the business, but he doesn't know how to take it up to the next level. If we are able to address this problem, definitely India will be emerging as a superpower. So this is the key point in which we are looking at it. And we have derived 3 different verticals. One is knowledge, as we have been time and again talking in this forum about knowledge. So this one vertical will be talking to the entrepreneurs about why should they raise, go to the capital market to raise capital, and what are the forms of which they can raise capital. And we try to educate them first. And after educating them, it could be either taken as a retail distribution or a peer-to-peer. When it comes to fundraising, we are talking about, apart from the startups, we are talking about a lot of FDI investments, a lot of other structured products are there. So like, again, being a finance guy, like a business owner doesn't understand this. So that is where he's been put into the knowledge. He's been spoken to him about why he should develop the, raise his capital. Then we either it takes to the retail distribution where retail investors can participate, or it is a peer-to-peer fundraising. So this is a core point which we are talking about, how an Indian businesses can scale up to the next level. Indian entrepreneurship can be brought out of the fundraising problem. And when this has been addressed, we are very sure definitely India will emerge as the next superpower. We have the entrepreneur ideas. We are very sincere, and we are dedicated business owners, and we are very loyal business owners. And the entire world is looking at as India today. The India has been emerging as a global entrepreneurship hub. And I think everything has been focused towards India, and India is very strong towards that. Only the point to be addressed is fundraising. If the entrepreneur owners are being given a solution, how they can scale up to the next level, continuous fundraising, exit entry. If he is able to do that, definitely India will emerge as the next global superpower. This is what we believe, and we have been working on these areas. And we are getting a very good response, and we look forward to make our country, India, as a next global superpower. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Thiru. I think this is a wonderful thing which you are working on, because peer-to-peer lending is coming up very, very nicely right now. And I just want to understand, is it focused towards startup fundings as well, and bringing into the retail investors from the deep parts of the country as well?
Yeah, startup funding also we do that, but we basically like see startup has been too many people have been working on it. So my focus is on which is onto the manufacturing industries. Like we look at something in now we have done one case which is into stressed assets.
Okay.
So like we are looking at businesses which are cash positive or stressed assets there, which is into maybe we look at the minimum ticket size of minimum $5 million.
$5 million. Okay, fine. So we'll understand more about this, Thiru, separately, but I think you've shared a fairly nice way to talk about the financial transformation of the country. And when it comes to financial freedom, the fundraising, the investments are going to be very, very important, critical aspect of it. Would like to talk about further how could we leverage this ecosystem of yours? If it is a platform, then how can we leverage it for a small segment of startup investments or retail investments as well? So we'll discuss more about it separately one-on-one. But thank you so much, Thiru. Really nice hearing you about your startup WCMS investments.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Okay. So with this, we go to the next startup, which is City Bazaar Online, right? So do we have Saurabh for that, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Saurabh. Let me just put
Yeah,
you on
hi,
a
Anshu.
spotlight. And Saurabh, for being there, you have City Bazaar Online can help transforming India back into a #1 economy.
Yeah, thank you, Ansha, for giving me the opportunity to be part of this initiative of Sone Ki Chidiya Jagao. Actually, our initiative is our startup is also aiming towards the helping the India to transform. When we saw that the retailers are worried about losing their businesses because of the change of way of doing businesses. So the way of doing business is changing very rapidly. They are unable to keep pace with the changing way of doing business. So when we saw that they are complaining, they were complaining that they were losing business due to the growth of the e-commerce, and they are unable to they are taking their businesses. And when we realize where the gap is, they are unable to provide the convenience of the online to their customers. It is much difficult to search a product in a local market, and even it is more difficult to compare those products with other available options over there. It is very difficult to get all the offers from the local market for the customer. So when we realized these gaps, then we thought about the other available options, and we saw that no one is providing the foolproof solution for them. So we have developed the City Bazaar Online, which is a local bazaar online avatar, which supports the local retailers with empower the local retailers with the help with the tools and technology to face them the challenge of the present as well as we prepare them for the future. So on the other side, a user get the best of the both world, the convenience of the online shopping and along with the authenticity and physicality of the conventional shopping. So, as I said that we help them to face the challenge of present as well as we prepare them for the future, because the technology is changing very rapidly. Now the future is for AR, VR, and we are looking forward to help them with the help of those technology also. So, actually, this is not a only retailer. This is a complete ecosystem which is getting affected. So we are helping them to be in the race with the market, and we are providing a more opportunity to the complete ecosystem by actually there is a way that the business is going to centralize, and we are supporting them to we are supporting the decentralization, that the power will be held within the hand of the retailers and the other ecosystem partner with the retailers. So how that is how we can help them to generate more employment, more tax for the government by bringing them on board. We do marketing for the retailers. We provide them all the support which is needed to grow their businesses. So this is how we are working, and I would like to share much more in detail, but okay, thanks for this. Yeah, it's
Thank
for
you
my.
so much. Thank you so much, Saurabh. I think what the focus you are bringing in is a very, very important and critical aspect, because if you see today's perspective, Amazon, Flipkart, both of them are not Indian, companies from that. So whatever the business we are doing it with them, the money is actually going outside of the country. So if you could help out the retail customers who are especially and bringing them online and giving them more and more businesses, it's going to give us much more benefits out there. Because the big companies like Swiggy or any other whoever delivering the online, they can leverage that very, very easily. They can, take the cash flow, they can probably take a lot of losses as well to cut down the cost and other things. But I think one of the other aspect which we need to focus upon on this entire retailer market is the delivery model, how the deliveries are going to happen, how the customer service is going to be provided, how the experience has to be improvised. So which you talked about AR, VR, but you may provide a good AR, VR experience from the perspective of the selection of the product. But what about the deliveries? What about the after sale service? All of those things have to be taken care when you are building up the City Bazaar online. So would love to know more about this over a period of time and see what we can do. So we'll work on a very, very specific areas and then see how we could take this up. But the initiative or the effort towards supporting the Indian retailers is definitely a very good one. So wish you very all the best on the same.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so next one, I think Saira has joined back.
Yes, Anshav.
Okay, who is that? I'm sorry, I'm not able to get that.
This is
Rajnikant.
Rajnikant. Yes.
Rajnikant. Okay. So Rajnikant, I've just put you on spotlight. I'm sharing your screen again. Saira people has joined now. Rajnikant is there with us. And Rajnikant, I'll just give you a little brief before we move ahead. You will have 3 minutes to talk about how Saira people can help transforming India back into a #1 economy. Okay. It is not an investment pitch. It is not a customer pitch, but it is more about working towards a common purpose of transforming India into a self-sustainable, environmental friendly and financially independent economy, leading to zero unemployment and net zero. So over to you, Rajnikant, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Anshav, and everyone. My name is Rajnikant. I'm the co-founder of Saira. Saira means eagle. There's a nice quote which says, when it is raining, birds take shelter under the tree, whereas eagles fly above the cloud. So we call ourselves as exclusively inclusive. So Saira is an exclusively inclusive hiring platform or a job platform only for 3 important sectors, which is inclusive sectors. One is women. We want to encourage women to come back to work. Second is senior citizens. We want to encourage senior citizens to take up a second career, because if their mental wellness is fit enough, their physical fitness also will improve, and therefore they'll have a long, lovely life. And third is persons with disabilities. So these are the 3 important sectors we are focusing to really enable them with a meaningful, dignified living through a meaningful employment. That is the one-word description of Saira. So in short, it's a job platform for inclusive sectors. So we are starting with 3 sectors, and later we will expand to other sectors like LGBTQ+, people below the poverty line, and so on. In today's world, there are many job platforms for normal people, but for special people, that one platform, we want to be that Naukri.com only for those inclusive sectors. And that's our entire focus of Saira. How are we going to do that? We're going to identify the candidates from all these 3 sectors, bridge them through our technology platform, which we have developed. And we are going to talk to businesses and get them enough job employment opportunities. We started 1 year back, and very happy to say that in 1 year, we have about 25 clients who are onboarded with us, especially working on diversity and inclusion sectors. Some of the companies like HDFC Bank, Asian Paints, Intuit, Technology, Tech Mahindra, JP Morgan Chase, and many others. Why they have come on board with a startup like us? Because there is a huge demand and there are very, very less competition, because people who can really do a meaningful job in this sector are very, very less. And on the other side, till now, I think we have considerably placed women, senior citizens, and also persons with disabilities. And, for example, for women, there's a lot of demand and a supply. Senior citizen, there is a lot of demand. In fact, we are part of many job fairs which has been organized, but there's less of supply. So we're trying to create a lot of supply there. But persons with disabilities, there's a lot of demand and a lot of supply. And normal place like this cannot go into this space, because all these people are available only in these NGOs and technology institutes. So Saira has been working with all the NGOs, meaningful NGOs across India, getting the candidates and placing them, because the primary focus on most of the NGOs is not employment. It is just meaningful engagement or upskilling. But the final result of all the upskilling should be employment, right? So we're trying to act as a job wing to many of the NGOs. And similarly with corporates, they're not able to find these candidates, although they want to give them a job. But where will they go? Saira will be the right platform for them. 3 important success stories, if I can. One is we are profitable, because we want to be that profitable social impact sector. And we embrace the concept of work from anywhere and work for anyone. So we wanted to be that Indian unicorn. specifically focused on this area, which can impact the world starting from India. That's the entire focus of Saira. In fact, recently we placed 5 acid attack women who wanted to work only from home at Tech Mahindra, and they're earning about 20 to 25,000 rupees per month. We placed 5 IIT persons with disability candidates and who are not getting a job, although studying in IIT because of their disability. So we placed them at HDFC Bank. 5 of them are working at HDFC Bank, Mumbai at this point in time. Couple of senior citizens we have already placed, women, of course. And more than that, we also want to be inclusive. So we have 2 women who are physically challenged who are working with us, employed at Saira, and we are 1 senior citizen is on the way. So this is in principle about Saira and how we want to impact the world. We feel there is a huge opportunity, and we need a great platform for us to really fly high like that eagle. Yeah, this is in short about what we do at Saira.
Wonderful work, Rajnikant. In fact, my co-founder Sharmila, is not there with us otherwise today because she's feeling a breathing issues. So you just mentioned about disability. She was 6 years old when she got cerebral palsy and lost half of her body to paralysis. Loss of sight, loss of speech, and now she's actually a government resource person and running 3 companies with us, along with a social cause sector and a very big initiative called Lucky Bagh to transform 1 lakh youth and children in every city, in every state of the country. And I think she's now going to be a senior citizen in just next 2 years. She's 58 years old. Yeah, 50 years young right now. And
I spoke to her, Anshu. I had a detailed call with her.
Yeah.
Aishwarya connected me to her.
Perfect. So I think Aishwarya is
Yes.
one of the other person who would be very happy with your work which you are working upon, because she is also focusing on health and accessibility sector out there. And this is one of the major aspect you're focusing, because today we have increased our senior citizens and disabled segment percentage from 15 to 18% in just 2 years of time. And the way it is growing up, even though we are the youngest country in the world, this number is going to go to as high as 45 to 50% by 2050. And these are numbers
Absolutely.
which are being already predicted. So the point is, if we don't sustain on that, and not just about in India, if you go to Europe or other places, there are more than 50% people. In fact, Japan is struggling with that right now, having an average age of 48 years. So they don't have the skilled resources with them. Lot of people, during the COVID times, a lot of women have lost their jobs and they don't know what to do because they were totally dependent on their husbands. And my question to you is that one of the major aspects, because see, I'll tell you, we are also a women-centric organization. So we are 4 co-founders in Bringle. 3 of them are women. Okay.
Wow.
In fact, 5th one we are now trying to see if we can onboard, who's my daughter. She's also the 5th one. So 3 are co-founders are females, ladies, and one is me. Okay. Now, if you see our fraternity today, in terms of the educational fraternity, it's also primarily led by females in terms of teachers. But are they really getting paid right? Probably not. They're still struggling like a normal corporate life, but they don't get the right salaries. And that's one of the major areas. We had tried ourselves to work with the women and other disabled sector people out there. Now, Rajnikant, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is that while we are also supporting these areas and we want to support them, we ourselves are a women-led company. What I want to understand is one of the issue which I have seen with women and disability and these kind of inclusive sector, like what you mentioned about exclusively inclusive. I really like that word. So the kind of work you are doing there, these people have some problem with respect to their willingness and willpower and skilling. How are you solving that problem? Because if you talk already you're talking about a little minority from that availability point of view. But there are many other people who can do, but they're not willing to do. How are you solving that problem, or are you not focusing on that?
I think very important question, Anshav. Thank you so much for asking this. I didn't introduce myself, so I come from a corporate background, and in 2013 I started my first company called Win-Win Leadership Academy, which is primarily into upskilling on leadership soft skills for corporates, and it's been about 10 years now. So this is my second startup. So upskilling is going to be an integral part of it. Without upskilling, you cannot be placed. Absolutely. You cannot be job employed. And many of the job boards which are there are actually independent. Upskilling is independent and job placements are independent. We want to be integrated. So one of the USPs of a platform will be upskilling will be integrated into this. So there'll be constant upskilling. Even now, if you see all the people who are part of us, they go through a series of technology upskilling. For example, HDFC Bank, who we have recently placed about 8 to 9 candidates. So they went through an SQL upskilling. After that, they went to an interview skills upskilling. Then they spoke about how do you speak to an interviewer and upskilling. So upskilling, we've always found the hit ratio is very high only if the upskilling is hand-on. And we wanted to make that USP because none of the job boards right now have upskilling as an important part. So I think wonderful question. And this is going to be, people ask us what are the couple of USPs. So upskilling is a very, very, very important part of USP.
I think considering the time constraints, this is a very interesting discussion, Rajnikant. So we will have to have a separate call with Sharmila and Aishwarya. We are also building up a Bringleverse with the Bringle Metaverse University platform, where we are bringing an experiential learning gamification skill development aspects. Along with that, I have my another co-founder, Dr. Vinay, actually with us, who is working on the education segment and the NGO segment and various other things. Apart from that, she's a Rotarian. Sharmila is also a Rotarian. She's actually talking to government of Gujarat and and to central government as well. She's a government resource already. So she's working on the NGO sector quite a lot with her startup called Vardhan for You, which is top 20 among 11,000 women in IIM Bangalore. So she's doing a marvelous effort, and Dr. Vinaya is now joining her into these initiatives. What we would like to talk about these much more in detail later on. So thank you so much, and we would like to move forward. And I think you are traveling, but you still chose to join back the call. Thank you so much for the same.
I don't want to miss this, and it's a wonderful initiative, and I'd like to be a part of it and see that I can contribute, or we can contribute our bit to developing this country.
Absolutely, we all have to we all have to do that. I'm also a corporate guy, 21 years of experience in corporates. Then I lost my job, and I know what challenges people are facing. So if we can bring back, and what corporates face challenges with respect to the skilled employees. So let's work on that. There is a balance which we need to prepare out that. So wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was wonderful discussion with Rajnikant on the exclusively inclusive platform. Wonderful, Saira people. Let me just now go to the next startup, which is your sister in Islam. So do we have Arjuman here? Yes.
Yes, I'm very much here, Anshav. Thank you.
Hi, Arjuman. So Arjuman is one of the very beautiful, always smiling person I've always, whenever I've met her. And I think when I met her in Success Gyan, there were a lot of common thoughts which we shared. So thank you so much, Arjuman, for being here today, and would love to know more about how your sister in Islam is going to create an impact on India. And I'm really happy and actually very excited to hear about this, because this is very focused towards religion though, but I'm sure it can help many other people out there.
Absolutely, Anshav. Thank you so much once again for this opportunity. I would like each one of you to imagine a future where India stands as a global superpower, not only in terms of its economic strength, but in terms of its technological prowess as well. A nation that embodies inclusivity, like just mentioned, diversity and equality. A future where the empowerment of women serves as a powerful catalyst towards achieving this grand vision. Now, these days we are in a critical juncture in history where, the aspirations of a new India are taking shape. And I feel that at the heart of this transformation are the incredible Muslim women of our nation. By empowering them, we tap into a tremendous potential that can propel us towards being a superpower. And that's exactly why I have created my community called Your Sister in Islam, which is a community that empowers, uplifts Muslim women. And this is from the angle of spirituality. Like Anshav mentioned, it's about mind, body, and soul. And this focuses on the soul. This focuses on being able to realize our own potential, to have that confidence to know that we can contribute, we can make a difference. Oftentimes we are looked down upon as suppressed and oppressed. But I can give you countless examples where collectively as Muslim women, we have broken barriers and shattered glass ceilings. I have been part of that as well. And Anshav is very familiar with that, where I was, chosen as a super speaker, as a motivational speaker from a plethora of 2 lakh people all across India. So we are no less than anybody else. And, secondly, speaking of inclusivity, a nation that respects and empowers all its citizens fosters a sense of unity and belonging. And you know what? Yes, no doubt we are a large workforce with over, over 1 crore population of Muslim women in their entire India. No doubt we will contribute towards the large workforce, increase productivity and GDP, but it's about more than that. It's about the human aspect of it, the human development. It's about focusing on the spirituality so that we can be a socially responsible nation, an ethically and a morally stable superpower. It's not just about being powerful, it's about using the power responsibly. It's about using the prowess that we have, the talent that we have, and to use it to a level where we can be a true world-class superpower, not just a dominating superpower, but a world-class superpower. So I would like for us to move forward with determination, recognizing that the journey of greatness is forged by the efforts and aspirations of every citizen. And why Muslim women, you may ask? The reason being is, I believe that we as women are the foundation, the cornerstone of society. If you can transform the life of a Muslim woman, if you can transform the life of a woman, the family changes. When the family changes, the society changes. When the society changes, the community changes. And when the community changes, there is nothing that can stop India from being a superpower. So I hope you will give me an opportunity to be a part of this initiative, which you have so strongly started. And I will, we as a community are here to support you and contribute to India being a superpower.
Absolutely, yes, Arjuman. And I think, when I seeing you right now and the focus you're bringing in onto the Muslim women, apart from what Rajnikant was mentioning about across the women, I think your kind of efforts can also support Rajnikant efforts as well, because once you work on that upskilling, and before upskilling, they need to build up their own mental strength or emotional strength. Absolutely. Before they actually go, for their upskilling or even looking out for something else or for their career. And when you are kind of focusing on that, for us, one of our major, one of the inspiration for us is, our Dr. Abdul Kalam Azad, who was former president of India, who is actually the starting person for ISRO, and so on and so forth. Absolutely. In fact, if we talk about Beyond 2020, there is a book written by him, which we are leveraging. And we had started our initiative in 2020 about this, this entire vision of transforming India. So it is kind of correlating with that. He was a Muslim, and the way you are now focusing on Muslim women, I think bringing them on the top of the world and still following the religious principles and things like that, keeping your integrity and sanctity, intact, which is a very wonderful effort which you are doing, Arjuman. Would really love to support this initiative, and we will definitely have a call to understand how we can take this forward and align it within the ecosystem. In fact, we are launching the Urdu version of the book, Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, so that we can bring in the, actually it's quite a large population in India as well, from the Urdu speaking community or the Muslim community. Yeah. And primarily, in fact, I was surprised. I used to think that Telangana and Andhra Pradesh are the maximum Urdu speaking community, but apparently it came out to be Uttar Pradesh followed by Bihar, and which was nowhere into my thought process itself. and then going to Hyderabad and
Even
Telangana.
Kashmir and
Kashmir, in fact, comes to 8th and 9th in terms of the number of people, because probably the state, the geography or the, the kind of area, landscape area perspective.
Yeah.
But yes, they definitely come in. But I was very surprised to find out that there are so many people who are actually speaking Urdu and, they're Muslim. So very good effort. Would love to see how we could support on this, and we'll definitely understand and take this forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arjuman, for coming here, and would work with you further. Okay, so with this, now we have our next startup coming in, ZeroWare. So do we have ZeroWare founder out here?
Yes. Hi, Anshu. This is
Hi.
Jeremy. I'll just turn on my video.
Just a moment. Jeremy.
Anshu,
Yeah.
You have missed Samir in between.
Hold on. Let me just check. I think he's later part of it.
No, he's...
No. I think I have missed. Yes. I'm sorry, Jamil. Can I go ahead with Samir first?
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for reminding me, Aishwarya. I think while changing the screens and all that, I missed it out. Sorry, Samir, for the same.
No problem, Anshav. I would have been happy to have someone else do it, but I have a hard stop and there's this presentation I am going for. So shall I begin?
Yes. So I am just put you on the spotlight and let me tell you, the audience about Samir a little bit around that. So I met Samir in Dubai, actually, in one of the Educational Outstanding Leadership Award, where he was also getting awarded I think it was in March 2022, last year.
Just when the pandemic,
March or April.
Closed.
We that time he was kind of working on a gamification platform, which I really liked it, and that's where we started talking about. And then recently he reached out to me, where he has shared about another beautiful platform which is going to talk about it. But Samir, thank you so much for being there and supporting us this entire initiative of Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, because you are already incredible and a very experienced entrepreneur, investor, and mentor out there. So thank you for being there in the ecosystem.
My pleasure, and thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, Samir. And so you'll have 3 minutes now to talk about it. Yes. I think Arindam has just joined in to us as well. Yes. Thank you, Aishwarya, for putting him on spotlight. So over to you, Samir and Arindam.
Thank you so much. So Arindam and I are co-founders of AI Can Sell. It's a conversational AI and sales intelligence platform for enterprises. It's to measure and enhance impact of business conversations of individuals and teams in sales, negotiations, and customer satisfaction outcomes. So like Anshav just mentioned, this product was co-created and tested with a Swedish telecom client almost 4 years ago. And my intent in 2022 was to relaunch this because the pandemic had pushed our plans. So we have essentially gone back to being foolish and starting afresh. We already have something, an edtech platform in the US. But it's the same co-founders who've launched this product, right? So here goes. So every word I speak right now, and many of the speakers before me, it was communicating something to the audience about their assertiveness, about their self-assurance, about their confidence. And many of us may have been making decisions on whether to do business or contact them in some way or the other. So increasingly, as we get more and more isolated in virtual calls, it is our voice and language that does all the heavy lifting to convince, negotiate, sell, brand ourselves. And many of us go through life never realizing what little changes we could bring in as we sell. Each time we speak, we're selling to help us achieve some business objective, some career growth. And at the workplace, organizations are perpetually needing to achieve their business objectives through us, through their employees, through the conversations that they have with stakeholders. So I'm an NLP professional, and we all understand the power of our words, increasingly in Zoom, etc., where only our voice and words do all the heavy lifting. So therefore, what we have is a AI conversation tool. AI Can Sell uses sentiment analysis and generative AI technologies to unlock the full potential of human conversations, to measure, coach, and improve on organizational goals, and individual goals. So AI Can Sell is an AI-powered conversation mentor for individuals and organizations. And this is for all of us who at some point in our lives have always felt the need for some mentor who could non-judgmentally observe, provide actionable feedback, and give achievable and measurable milestones. So this is an AI mentor. We're focusing on sales, and we believe sales is everywhere. When I talk to my manager and set expectations or ask for more resources, I'm selling. When I am speaking to my girlfriend's father, maybe I'm selling myself, right? So each of those conversations are in some way a selling situation. And that is what we have for you. I Can Sell. AI Can Sell, pronounced as I Can Sell, but it's AI Can Sell. So for an enterprise, AI Can Sell transforms into being a cognitive agent. How conversation intelligence empowers people with real-time engagement and predictive experiences and continuous learning during virtual conversations. So our goal is to leverage AI-assisted tools to power entrepreneurial young India in their aspirations for career mobility. Many of us come from small towns, and probably our education system has not focused so much on our ability to assert, our ability to negotiate, our ability to sell, our ability to set expectations. And increasingly in today's world, that is what is achieving business success for us. So what we are trying to do is for India, as it becomes more and more assertive, as it is resurgent, as it surges forward towards its, reclaiming its position as a global economic power, how can our people fuel and drive that journey as entrepreneurs? And we all know that data is the new oil. So how can AI power the coaching and the mentoring that each of us need to develop ourselves in the privacy of our homes, without any judgmental mentor, without any costs, etc., etc. That's it. Thank you so much, Anshav. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Samir. I think one important point which you have added up here is about that I can sell, and you are selling it everywhere. Right from the time we are born, we are actually selling. For us, for getting the milk, we have to cry to get that milk. Otherwise, you won't get the milk also.
Yes.
So I understand, the importance of that. And one of the major thing which we are going to build up into our entrepreneur, if you talk about Robert Kiyosaki or any other big leader who has been into the entrepreneurship ecosystem, the only thing they focus is about the selling abilities. Unfortunately, all the entrepreneurs in the world who are not successful is because of their one inability, or because they're not able to sell their things. 99% of the good technology quality products are not being able to take off because they're not able to sell it out. And that is why it becomes very, very important that we should be able to learn how to sell. So I would actually want to leverage this. I know that you have a more of a B2B platform, but would like to know how we can bring it out for the benefit of the entrepreneurs out there. We can probably look at Design Your Unicorn as a B2B platform for you to get into the, the ecosystem on that. So would love to know more about it, how your platform can support entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, or even business owners to develop their teams, or, from the selling perspective. It may start from a sales, but there are internal team sales also happens from one department to another department. So how can we leverage that? The third aspect is how can we bring it down to the level of, like Rajnikant was mentioning about, giving the jobs, or going for an interview or things like that. So can we bring it down to that level of your content that, people can prepare for jobs as well onto your platform?
Absolutely, Anshav. So a medium-term plan is to link it with jobs, and how organizations can, one, use that to analyze and get job-ready individuals, and for individuals to test themselves how job-ready they are for very specific jobs that they are looking for. And for us, B2B, even institutions like colleges, etc., are for us B2B. Yet I and Arindam are launching a B2C platform, which is a free to use platform, which of course, since we have an edtech platform separately, we see a lot of cross linkages down the line, right?
Yes.
And the discussion can continue. And I see a lot of experts out here on this panel who I believe could be a great extension for mutually rewarding relationships as we explore multiple target audiences.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. And thanks for reminding for your turn miss out and Aishwarya as well. But yeah, we'll definitely work on this further and have a one-on-one call to understand. We already have some discussions, but would like to know more and how we can start deploying it in one ecosystem.
You had a tough few weeks. So once you've earned your 24 hours of sleep, then we'll talk again.
No problems at all. When it comes to Sone ki Chidiya ko jagao or transforming India, there is no sleep now. Anyways, but thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, so that is what the Samir who spoke about I can sell. Wonderful thought. And let us go back, which we missed. We are back with Jamin. So Jamin, I'm putting you in the spotlight again. And so Jamin, now the time up to you. So you'll have 3 minutes to talk about how Zero help transforming India back into a #1 economy.
Sure. First of all, thank you, Anshav and Bringle team for giving this wonderful opportunity. So I'll start with a tagline from our culture, Ati Sarvatra Vare. Too much of anything has to be avoided. And we have learned this from our past. We have already done few mistakes, and as a culture we have learned, but again we have unlearned, and now we are very rapidly moving towards use and throw, use karo feko. This is not sustainable at such a large scale and speed at which the global economy is growing, especially India. Now we are the most populous country. We have tremendous amount of responsibilities on our shoulder as we grow, and we are at a very critical juncture. We cannot afford this use and throw culture. We have to move back to reduce and reuse. And that is what Zeroware is all about. At Zeroware, we are replacing single-use disposables by reusables from food service sector. And this is just a start. Within food service sector, we are focusing on social gatherings and food delivery use cases. So most of the use cases are broadly categorized in these two categories. And in social gatherings, let's say you have a party at home or in society, or marriage events or marriages starting from, let's say, 10 people to 3,000 people, which is our capacity, and we are growing our capacity as we talk. You just call us or WhatsApp us and tell us what kind of dishware you want. We have a variety of dishware with us, starting from very economical version to a luxury version. And we will deliver the dishware to your doorstep. You enjoy the green party. You need not pre-wash or post-wash. I hope everyone is listening to this. You need not pre-wash or post-wash. You just use and return that. We provide the airtight container, so put them back in the container, just remove the leftover food and them back. We collect them. We have industrial dishwasher, so we wash and sanitize them at 60 to 80 degrees Celsius temperature and then reuse them. And just like that, in the food delivery use case, we have tied up with aggregator and also few kitchen partners and restaurant partners. So we provide the food delivery containers to them, and then they package the food in those containers. They are reusable stainless steel containers. And then they provide the list of customers where the containers have been delivered. We collect them from the customer's place. We wash and sanitize them in industrial dishwasher at 60 to 80 degrees Celsius temperature, and then we reuse them. We are very glad to avert 1 lakh single-use disposables so far, and the number is growing as we talk. And that's equivalent to almost 15 lakh liters of water and 2,000 kg of plastic or paper waste being averted. And we are very glad to save almost 34 adult trees from cutting down. And this is just a small beginning from eastern part of Pune. We are serving across the Pune. Now we want to establish more hygiene centers, that is the warehouses in other parts of the Pune. and then take it to other cities of the India. And our vision and mission is to replace single-use disposable by reusables across India in the food service sector. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Wonderful work, Jamin. I think that is something really, really encouraging, and especially the way we are also focusing on one of our initiative called Triple R. So it was Run, Ride, Ramble for our volume 1 on Mission Zero Unemployment to take up our IPL or Indian Premier League, IPL in 3Es movement. Now we have added another 3 aspects called, reduce, reuse, and recycle. And I think you are also mentioning working on that. So I would actually want to invite Dr. Vinaya, who is my co-founder here. And she's actually working on a concept of, of travel and taking it to the various places from the adventure travel. But the Triple R initiative is actually being led by her. So I wanted to understand, I'm just putting her into spotlight now, just to, talk about what is this Triple R and how do you think, Dr. Vinaya, that it can be leveraged with together and, and the Triple R concept of Jamin?
Hello, everybody. Lovely evening today, and thanks Anshav and Bringle to allow me to speak on this RRR. Of course, yes, I'm missing Sharmila here because whenever I speak about Run, Ride and Ramble, it's Sharmila who's always there and her smile makes me keep going on. Of course, yes, missing her, but yes, as Anshav said, we are also there is a various things, as you said very nicely. So we also believe in the same thing, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle, which we have consciously blended with our RRR, that is Run, Ride, and Ramble, which is in the tapestry of world of sustainable living. With this, we view through every actions we take, and using the same principles of reduce, reuse, and recycle, we also are working towards a greener and more responsible existence. With the framework of Sone Ke Chidiya Ko Jagao, we ignite the movement that embodies these ideas in various lifestyles. As we run, as when we say run, when we run, so we make this marathon and collecting the people collectively, gathering them. So run towards a healthy lifestyle, right towards the paths of the change, and ramble amidst the nature's beauty, where we are not only celebrating the physical activity, but also embracing the essence of conscious consumptions. With each and every step, we pedal, we strive, or symbolically reduce the carbon footprints, which we rightly talk in our second volume, opting for the modes of transports that are much more kinder to the environment. So that's all about, and there are many more things which if we keep talking, Run, Ride, Ramble, it's our heart and soul. So we'll keep continue to talk. So nice to have you here, who's also looking forward to have some change in the society and in India, especially towards working towards a greener India. Thank you.
Yes, and what we would like to do, Jamin, is we are targeting to reach to 30 cities in 12 state clusters across the 5 regions of the country by 2025, where we are setting up our Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao centers, so which is going to be the primarily the model of volume 1, I mean the Mission Zero Unemployment and Mission Zero Net Zero as well. So what I would like you to kind of work upon and tell us that how are you working on that model in Pune. We are also working out our Maharashtra center in Pune or Mumbai. So we are just looking at that. In which we have one center in Bangalore in South India, Indore in Central India, Kolkata in East India, Gujarat, which is Vadodara in West India, and NCR in North India. So I would like to know more about how are you managing the supply chain management out there, the cleaning and the management, the operations part of it, and how can we automate and scale it up better? So that is one area which we need to focus upon and understand, because, for every vendor of the e-commerce as well, or even a delivery vendor, it is not about the selling, it is about the return of the things, because return process is very much difficult when it comes to supply chain management. So would like to know more on that. But of course, the time is not now. We will connect with you, and I would want all of you to participate, share up your ideas to be a part of volume 2 of the book and our magazine Awakening the Golden Bird. So we will reach out to you for the same as well. But great work, Jamin. You have started a good work. Let's work together and see how we can make India as a more environmental friendly and carbon neutral green economy very soon.
Thanks a lot, Anshav. Thank you.
Okay, so that was Jamin from Zeroware and really working towards Mission Zero, which is quite aligned with our entire initiative of Mission Net Zero. Now, the next startup is Satyarthi, and I think we have Shaurya with us, right, Shaurya?
I am here, but here start my video. The issue is load shedding is here, so you won't be able to see me. Okay.
Okay, no problem, no problem, Shaurya. You can please continue talking. I have shared your startup name on the screen and you can talk. You will have 3 minutes to talk how Satyarthi is helping India to transform back into a #1 economy.
I am sharing my screen so that with reference to that.
No. You can't. You don't have to share your screen. There is only talk. You can just talk.
Okay.
I've already shared your creative or your company name on the screen.
Okay, fair enough. I'll tell you, my journey has been corporate since 2014, and most of the time I worked with MSME sector. So what happened? Most of light has come. No, you can show me. Yeah, now I'm visible. So what happened? Most of the time, what I have seen that many company which is operating for say 30 years, for a decade or so, but because of one or two mistake at the end of the owner, whole company collapses. So this I have seen in multiple companies. In fact, in my last company which I worked with in Mumbai only, the company is almost 30-year-old, but they go bankrupt in 2012 for defaulting to amount of 17 crore with Indian Bank. So when that led to a quest why this is happening, because and that is one thing. Another thing is that within a small change in parameter from the government side, Indian MSMEs keep on start creeping and start crying on, whereas the bigger company that doesn't affect. In fact, it affects them, but they never creep and they adjust themselves to the changing environment and they keep on moving. So I thought to have a platform where we can provide these smaller company with financial and legal support system so that they don't need to worry about changing regulations. One thing. Number two, the financial of the company. When I say financial of the company, not only just managing accounting and books, but actually their funding. So I thought to create a shared treasury through which a centralized decision for making payment or making investment decision or optimizing their product or something like that can be taken care of. Because at the treasury, risk management and asset and liability management can be done. So that at a common point, it is possible to manage, say, of hundreds and thousands of companies, their financials, and they can actually focus on what their core business is, that is sales. So that kind of platform I am trying to bring in. That is one. Number one, when I say we are not only supporting with the financials, keeping and accounting, but with the funding also. So I thought to create a financial institute of my own, but I didn't have that kind of capacity to start as an NBFC or a bank. So what I did, I first of all, for a testing period between 2017 to 2019, I test with a money lending license in Mumbai, wherein algorithm was mine, where we did small money lending from say 25,000 to 5 lakh to individuals. And we did that from 2017 to 2020. And after testing that, okay, we been able to lend money, then we been able to recover money. We got to know the whole cycle. Then I applied for a license for a credit society. So in 2020, I obtained the license of credit society, but because of Corona, everything got delayed and a few things have been left there. So again, this year, I have started the process and obtaining few licenses. Then after that, I am starting the operation in month of October or November. By November 10th, I'm starting the operation. So that the smaller company who can open an account with us and not only open the account, if they allow us, we can also manage their financials, bookkeeping, accounting, and the legal aspect, because we have a team of chartered accountant advocates with us who can do that. And if that company shows for a 2 year that perfectly they are feasible and their promoters are genuinely interested in business only, not in that kind of attitude where they divert from, because most of the time the business failure happens because of the diversion of the funds. So if we are assured that these promoters are genuine, in that case, we will back this promoter. When we say we back this promoter, it means tomorrow if that businesses fail because of genuine reason, then in that case also we can support them and we can help them to revive. So that kind of platform I am trying to make, and that's all about.
That is wonderful, Jamin. And you said your platform is not ready yet. Is that what I've understood rightly?
I'll tell you. One part where we are already providing a solution of advocate and chartered accountant, we are already doing with a few of the companies, but license for the actual operation, treasury operation, because ultimate goal is to create the treasury. And to create a treasury in India, only there is 2 or 3 options are there. One is the bank. You have to have a bank license. Second is the NBFC license. Or third is a credit society license, which is the cheapest one. So I started with the credit society license. I already obtained the license, and few compliances are pending, which is completing in this month only, because I have got confirmation from the registrar. And from 11th November, we are starting the operation. We actually did the pilot test in 2017 to 2019. But because of Corona, we have to break that. We did recoveries in due course of time, but we didn't disburse any new loan in due course of time.
Got it. So this basically talks about the legal and financial support for MSMEs. MSMEs actually contributes to 50% of our GDP today and 95% of the businesses. So Shaurya, I just want to understand what are the technology aspect which is going to be added up here and how it is going to be different from all other banks.
Okay, I'll tell you. The biggest hurdle is Indian parlance, that is legal system. So the technology which we are using is that the platform, the software company would be a separate company, whereas the multiple unit, which is performing the different functions, will be using the same software which are connected and talking to each other. So suppose in India, if I have a bank, I cannot have access of the account of an MSME. So in my case, as of now, we are a society. So we are using a software for maintaining the account of that company, another company who are taking care of the financial and legal aspect of that company. So we both can access the same software. So at the time of, suppose tomorrow that person come to us for a loan, we can access their actual accounts over our own software. So we have started working our own software on accounting software, then ERP software. We are working on that, and soon that we will have that also. So, but first we are starting with our retail operation, that is B2C operation, and micro businesses. Because after that, by micro, then shifting to medium, then large, and that's how we have thought of to progress.
Got it. So Shaurya, we'll need to understand a little more in detail, considering the time constraints. I think, but great work. I think great thought process and very focused work. So we'd love to know more about it and see how we can leverage, because we work with a couple of organizations in MSME. So we are part of MSME, government of MSME as well. I am a strategic advisor to WASME Group, which is World Association of Small and Medium Enterprises based out of Greater Noida. And they are now having more than 100 plus countries covered out there. So we are doing multiple events with them. So would like to know what you are working on that, and if there is any way of collaboration and work, we will happy to talk about it. Yes. So thank you so much, Shaurya. And I think we have got Bobo Ventures coming back again. Is that right? Is that Mani? Mani, you'll have to unmute yourself. Mani, you are on mute. So what we will do is we will start with our next thing. May I request Dr. Vinaya to come in and talk about together before we go ahead to...
Am I audible?
Yes, Mani, you are audible now. And
I'll wait for the...
Yeah, just wait for 2 more pitches because I think we will miss the flow.
Sure.
So we'll start with Dr. Vinaya's Together, and then we will take it forward from there. Okay, so Together is the next one is called Together, and let me bring Dr. Vinaya on spotlight. And okay, so here is Dr. Vinaya. Dr. Vinaya, welcome, and happy to share with everybody. Dr. Vinaya is also a co-founder at Bringle, and she's running on another initiative called Together with respect to travel adventures with her daughter. So it's a mother-daughter co-founders duo, which kind of working and transforming the travel ecosystem. So Dr. Vinaya, welcome to the Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao Success Festival Day 3 once again, and would love to know more about how Together is working towards transforming India into a #1 economy once again.
Thank you, Anshuv, for that warm welcome and lovely evening to one and all here. I was here from my office, just trying to listen to all those people who were pitching, so that when you people are talking, it's really new for me to stand in front of those learned people around in this platform, talking about their startup journey. If you tell to me about education sector, I can go on and on for hours and hours together. But yes, why not another adventure? So as we say, and not much taking time for everyone who's waiting out over there. Together, in one line, if I have to say, it's crafting a comprehensive adventure strategy for a transformative travel experience. That's what Together is all about. So we are into a mission of transforming India into a global economic powerhouse in the bold aspiration. And today, as I present how Together, our adventure-focused travel tech company holds a distinctive key to achieving this monumental goal of ours. Together in rhyming, I will say adventures beat, strategy complete with memories sweet. Imagine an India where adventure tourism is a niche, but a thriving industry that attracts the travelers from every corner of the world, because we all know that we as an India have diverse land features and many other things. As we say, we are a land of diversity. So Together stands at the crossroads of adventure and transformation, and here's to a comprehensive strategy which propel the India towards an economic excellence. We pioneer in innovation by creating user-friendly platforms that empowers the adventurers to seamlessly book the experience, from booking experiences to errand pumping activities, and also culturally immersive gateways, which we are planning up to give or already have in a pipeline to give it to our customers. Our curated adventure experiences highlight India's diverse landscapes, their cultures and traditions, from mountains to treks and to coastal explorations. Together showcases India's multifaceted beauty on a global stage. We believe in sustainable tourism, and that's what we talk about in Bringle as well. By partnering with eco-conscious accommodations, promoting responsible travels, and contributing to local communities, we not only attract conscious travelers, but also ensure the preservations of our nature and our natural wonders as all together. Together, collaboration extends to the local guides. So we arrange for our local guides, artisans, and service providers, stimulating a grassroots of economic growth while enriching a travel experience to another level. Our data-driven approach also enables us to personalize adventure recommendations, ensuring that every traveler finds their perfect journey and creating the memories that last a lifetime. With strategic marketing and branding, with the help of Bringle, Together captures the heart of adventure seekers worldwide. Through compelling narratives and partnerships, we also position ourselves as a go-to platform for unique and authentic experiences. Together fosters a vibrant global community of adventure enthusiasts, connecting travelers through the shared passions, creating a sense of belonging, and which amplifies our project altogether and our impact as well. Safety and quality are paramount for us, and we collaborate with certified guides, instructors, and service providers, and deliver unforgettable yet a secured experience by making sure that they are insured. As adventure travel landscape evolves, Together remains at the forefront by introducing new activities and exploring emerging destinations, keeping our offerings fresh and exciting forever. Collaboration with government tourism bodies aligns our mission with our national goals, opening the doors to resources and support. It also integrates social impact initiatives to our business model, ensuring our growth positively to communities and to environment. We touch in. Together, Vision aligns with India's growth story. By catalyzing adventure tourism, we not only redefine the travel experience, but also contribute India's emergence as a global economic powerhouse. To end this small talk on how we can make a difference, I would, as a poet, I would just conclude this with a small poetry about together. In the realm of journeys bold, where tales of adventures are told, together shines with a vision grand, a comprehensive strategy hand in hand. Adventure's heart beats strong and true in landscapes old and sky so blue. Together weaves a tapestry rare, crafting memories beyond compare. From peaks that touch the heavens high to shores where waves and dreams collide, a strategy unique, tailored with care for travelers seeking moments rare. Rhyming with the rhythm of the wild, in every journey like a child, together plans unfold with grace, adventure smile lights up the space. Tailored for explorers' hearts ablaze, with every adventure new horizons raise. Together's vision sets the course for travel's wild enchanting force. So let's heed this call today. Adventure begins, come what may. Together's tale, a strategy complete, where every journey finds its beat. So in this together, let's embark together on a transformative journey where adventure and economic excellence has both merged together with a coverage. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity on this evening to talk about how together can make a difference in the world.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vinay. I think this is really, really wonderful. And I know that RRR is also going to be an initiative and supported by Together. And, so would like to know a little bit more about, you were mentioning about RRR and how you are going to bring that aspect of run, ride, ramble and the reduce, reuse and recycle aspects in while working for the RRR along with Together.
As I said earlier also that how RRR is important for us and how Together makes a difference in RRR. So we are also blending our run, ride and ramble with Together. So as we say that, we just do not run towards a healthier lifestyle, and we do not stop here with the philosophy of RRR, but which perfectly harmonizes our run, ride, ramble. We also have an holistic approach of conscious living. By run, ride, ramble, we embrace the power of our choices and move each and everybody to have a consume everything very rightly. At the same time, we also are looking forward to create an adventurous running experience. Maybe that is called as a land experience, and an adventurous air experience and adventurous water experience. So creating various platforms for the people to come forward, and with the synergy of sustainable living, we would also take this run, ride, ramble in together by making sure that people are aware about a lot of things in the environment and how we can all scale together.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vinaya, and really wonderful to have this session, the discussion with you. I know that you stayed back into your office. It's actually 2 hours late, probably, but thanks for staying back, and we'll definitely work with Together and, to see how we can transform India into a #1 economy once again. Thank you so much for your contribution to Bringle as well. Okay, so that was Together, and now we have another co-founder of Bringle coming up with her initiative or ecosystem being developed called AbleCart. AbleCart is one of the very important initiatives which we are focusing on health management ecosystem and talking about adding life to your ears, literally. Because she's working on developing AI and blockchain-based holistic health management ecosystem. And she's actually launching the Tamil book launch on 5th of September. So all of you are most invited to join that as well, where she will be talking about how she's going to transform the entire health management ecosystem and help you to live up double of your life. So over to you, Aishwarya, and wish you all the best. I know that you're doing a lot of work. Everybody knows her, that she has been supporting and guiding and coordinating with all the startups. But she herself is a very brilliant entrepreneur. Believe me, she's one of those 0.01% of the people who have reached out to us to support this initiative, but have not sustained through. But she's the one who is still staying through and working towards not only just for her startup, but supporting other startups as well. So welcome to the Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao platform, Aishwarya, once again, and would like to know more about AbleCart, how it's working towards transforming India into a self-sustainable, environmental friendly, and financially independent economy.
Thank you, Ansha. AbleCart was a very basic initiative to add life to every individual and make their life a better place. Since have been having COVID, there are a lot of hassles and there are a lot of innovations, but the innovations doesn't reach the end users. We want to support every individual to have a unique experience and have advanced health management so that they can prevent and create a new life. Because when it comes to health, health makes everybody do things better. And it was not only physical health, mental health, and emotional health. We have to balance mental, physical, and emotional health to have a complete, healthier life. A lot of people are talking about yoga, diet, everything, but where is a proper understanding or an ecosystem which will provide what is best suited for you? We want to develop and transform every individual to have a suitable, healthy life, which they can adapt in their individual self and to their families. We start with affordable insurance and give them a platform to have regular health checkup so that they can prevent from many hazardous lifestyle and communicable diseases. Thank you.
This is wonderful, Aishwarya. I mean, even though I know most about it, but I would want to, for the benefit of the audience out there, I would want to know how is this insurance is so critical for the individuals out there, and why you are focusing on that affordable insurance and the healthcare checkups.
Insurance, when it comes to individuals, when you directly go and take it, it will have a lot of add-ons to it. But the necessity ones are not in there. So if we can plan what is needed, what is required, and in a bulk, when we do a group insurance, it becomes really cheaper. 20% of whatever you are taking from directly to the insurance. So this becomes affordable even to farmers or these first and the second level, second and third tier cities. The insurance is one of the key area because if you have affordable insurance, you will not be worried to take treatments. And when my co-founder, Sharmila Devatia, who's a disabled herself, has to pay an extra amount because she is disabled. Otherwise, she is healthy. Why should she pay extra? Because she is disabled? That need not be the case. So we are bringing in such insurance which can at a rate which is reasonable to them.
Okay. Now, one more thing which we have is, just want to ask a question. Is my understanding correct that more than, even after having so many insurance companies today, probably 25, 30 or maybe more, even today, if more than 50% of the people are uninsured in India?
Yes. If you take the elderly sector, it goes up to 7.
Oh, wow. So I think that is one of the critical area, because I, being in a corporate sector, I've always been into a part of a corporate insurance or a group insurance. Not only that, my father was retired from Oriental Insurance. So I know the insurance segment. So I'm actually covered from day one. So I understand the importance of the insurance sector, but what are the implications of not having good insurance with the people?
In COVID, where insurance they can which were coming on their way. The long hospital stay, the partial disability, those things cannot be afforded. If we have insurance, at least most of it will be covered. If you have an accident and if you go for hospital, you have to pay huge amount at first lot. Instead of that, you can make cashless payments, which can assure treatment and a quicker treatment for a faster recovery, rather than waiting for you to arrange financials and go forward with it.
Okay. I think you mentioned about Sharmila Diwate, and I know because she's also the co-founder in Bringal. What is the work you are doing with Gujarat government and other central governments with respect to the free health part of it? What is that free health concept which you're working on?
Concept is where we do through CSR funding, we promote health for individuals through their corporate governance and other initiatives. It is still under talks and we will go forward with it.
Okay. And what about other data, which you are, the health data which is there? How are you going to leverage that? And can you throw some light on that AI and blockchain based health management platform you're building up?
AI and blockchain-based health will give us a leverage to pharma industries that how the drug reacts and how each individual has a health betterment through the drugs used by their pharmacy, and how we can improvise the drug deployment or production, what can be done. That is one of the key areas we will be working on. Another key area will support doctors on how their prescriptions have helped the individuals and how they have recovered with the drugs they have recommended. So these are some of the areas we'll be working on.
Great, Aishwarya. Great, Aishwarya. Thanks for sharing that. And I think we would definitely work much further onto it. And we would look forward for your 5th September launch of AbleCart Health Management Ecosystem in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, with our Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao Tamil version launch, as well as the Chennai center launch. So would love to work with you on the same. And thank you so much for coming here. And thanks for your contribution towards Bringal as well. Okay, so that is good. So we come to the last portfolio startup of ours today, which is Obo Ventures, and we have Mani Mohan Kumar with us. Mani Mohan Kumar, you are now on Spotlight, and would love to know more about what you are working with Obo Ventures and how it is going to help transforming India back into a Sone Ki Chidiya once again.
Yeah, good evening, answer. Or am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. See, building economy in simpler terms is making money, right? So when somebody, a corporate or an individual, works hard to and he has made some money, the protection of that hard-earned money comes parallel to it. Correct? So we have named our product as God before, which is going to be a burglary prevention with artificial intelligence and cloud monitoring systems. These are security products. This concept was awarded the second position in the business model competition organized by ESL IIT Bombay in the year 21-22. So the vision is prevention of burglary in any form, anywhere at an attempt level. Not like letting them loot the money and chasing behind with the help of the police or something. We want to prevent the burglary. And we mainly concentrate our products for the lower and middle income households and small and medium businesses. Say corporates and the rich segment, which contributes to 5% of the total population. Whereas the balance 80 to 90% of the population, banks don't have the capacity to provide lockers to all. Like, for example, a household who earns 50,000 per month. The total income of the family is 50,000. But even then, they have some saved money in the form of gold and cash for their marriage or other education expenses. And they have to depend upon a steel bureau or an almirah or a wooden shelf in the home because they cannot afford or they don't have the bank locker. So they become vulnerable for any type of burglary. And similarly, when you take into consideration the commercial establishments like a small, medium-sized jewelry store, medium-sized mobile retail store, which are daily on a daily basis, we read in the newspapers that this shop was looted, this shop. Why? Because even when we have the products imported from abroad, UK, Western countries and all, the affordability is the main question. It starts with the 50,000 per product range, set of products, which every household and middle class, lower middle class cannot afford. So what we are bringing is for the commercial establishment, the product cost at the level of 10,000 to 12,000 for a shop, and 3,000 to 3,500, 4,000 for a household, so that everybody will get benefited out of this product and start using this. So as you see, 90% of the households and commercial establishments in the Western countries have a security system installed. But not even 10% of the households and commercial establishments in India have a security system installed. So this cannot be patented by anyone, as it is an assembly of electronic components. So whoever plays the marketing strategy right, they have a very good share. They can take a very good share of the market. So affordability, we are going to address the affordability of the Indian population. And since it is going to be AI integrated, it is going to be the latest technology at an affordable price. And even a CCTV camera, if you purchase, it needs an installation, an engineer to come and install in your premises to make the initial setup. But our design is a plug and play. Just like if you buy a mixie and start using it the next minute, you can just place the products, just set up the account in your mobile app, then start using it. And it is 24/7. Your premises is monitored by our artificial intelligence integrated cloud monitoring system. So this is the basic thing. We also plan to bring products for vehicles. On a daily basis, we see vehicles are also vulnerable to theft. So vehicles, commercial establishments and households, we want to give affordable security products with the latest technology. That's what we intend to do. And so?
Thank you so much, Mani. I think I just want to understand a little bit more with respect to how this product works and how it is different from a normal CCTV or such kind of things which are available already.
Yeah.
And especially there are some online based models available from companies like Wipro and many other things, which actually come in 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 rupees. So how this is going to be different with respect to what you are mentioning?
So when we talk about CCTV camera, a couple of years back, the CCTV camera just records the happenings, the event, the burglary, intrusion and all. It records. The next day only, the owner or the police will be able to see the recorded video and identify the person, or if they are not able to identify the person, the loot goes success. But nowadays, the CCTV camera has a sensor inbuilt and it sends an SMS. Till that point, the technology has developed, and even the minimum price of the CCTV camera is 10,000, 12,000. But our product comes with an action device, a sensor, a CCTV camera, an indoor speaker, and an outdoor siren. So all these 5 components are built as a single device pack. So when the sensor detects an intrusion, it activates the action device so that the camera feed is passed to the cloud computer, where the artificial intelligence looks into the cloud computer and see whether the intrusion is made by an animal like a cat or a rat, or really a human has intruded. So if the artificial intelligence module sees a cat or rat, it resets the device without disturbing the owner who is asleep at home. If it sees a human intrusion, it immediately alerts the owner, not only with SMS, because he might be tired, he might not notice the SMS. The AI module makes the voice calls to contact all the contact numbers given by the owner. So minimum 4, like a relative, manager, or anybody. If it is not able to reach by voice call, it will automatically inform the police emergency number within, all this happens within 5 minutes. So that the police arrives to the spot and prevents the burglary when the burglar is inside. Or otherwise, the internal speaker also gives a warning signal. 50% of the burglars get panicked and run away. Or even if they are not afraid of those indoor speakers, the outdoor siren attracts the neighbors and passers-by, so that 95% of the burglary can be prevented. So
okay. Now, is
CCTV
this
cams
product ready right now? Have you deployed this?
We have done a working prototype for commercial establishment and bank ATMs. So 2 more are to be done, households and
where are you based, Mani?
Chennai.
Chennai. Okay, can you do some kind of a demo in Bangalore? We will try to see something in Chennai, but would you be ready to do some kind of a demo in Bangalore or maybe some other places?
On which date it depends, because
we will decide that. I'm just trying to understand from the location point of view. So,
okay.
So we'll discuss on that. I would want to set up a separate call to understand what you're working upon, because this is a very critical aspect for person with disabilities, senior citizens, even children for that matter, who are there alone at times. And not just burglary, but even in the schools for that matter, there can be a lot of security risk, which
There's
can
a
be
huge scope for expansion.
Absolutely.
Huge
Absolutely. So let's connect on that. I think thanks for coming on the platform and being a part of the entire Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao initiative. Would love to see how we could support growing your startup, transforming your ideas into $1 billion company, and along with that, supporting the entire economy around that. So thank you so much for coming on the platform. Take care and wish you very, very all the
I'll
best.
wait for your information on the meeting.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So with this, we have actually come to the final demonstration of 15 portfolio startups. These are the first 15 portfolio startups officially onboarded on our platform. There are more 15 startups going to be coming up as our Super 30 portfolio startups, apart from top 102 community startups which are going to be there on the platform. So please visit designyourunicorn.com, submit your pitches to be pitching on our platform absolutely free of cost. And we will support you. If your startup is really adding value, we would like to take you up into our portfolio startups and take you further towards your success out there. And not just your success, but along with you, we will also transform India into a #1 economy once again and work towards our mission zero, which is nothing but mission zero unemployment and mission net zero. Now, let me just share quickly our next 8 cohort startups with whom we are going to create we are going to invest 30 lakh rupees or 14.7 crores with them over a period of 3 to 5 years time. The first tranche would be of 30 lakh rupees from our Design Your Unicorn $1 billion fund. And these startups would also be we will be creating their syndicate funds on various angel platforms to raise funds for them. Apart from, we will be taking them into our entire management of Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao centers, who will be taking up case of digitalizing India and various other initiatives in the various sectors for us. So one of the major startup which is which we will be focusing from funding the next 100 unicorns of India, will be investing in 1,000 plus startups with this $1 billion funds over a period of 3 to 5 years, and will be giving 100 unicorns to India as a gift. One of the major startup, one of the biggest investment we have recently done in 6 months back, which we have already doubled our investment, is a 240 crore startup right now. They are now offloading another 6% equity right now, for which we'll be creating a syndicate fund. It's called Recode. They are the competitors of the platform. They were onto Shark Tank, and they are the competitors of Sugar Cosmetics. But now they have grown pretty big right now. They're raising a Series A funding right now, and we would be creating their syndicate fund as well. The second startup is Bringleverse, which is actually my own startup where we are developing the teacherless metaverse, teacherless internet-free metaverse platform. It's an edu fintech platform, leveraging the NFT, the blockchain, the metaverse part of it, and transforming the entire educational ecosystem and skill development ecosystem into a more experiential learning platform into that, and digitalizing the skill sets and HR records, or profile their salaries into a blockchain based platform. So that is what we are targeting to make it as a zero office, zero employee startup by unicorn by 2025, and $1 trillion company by 2030. So we will be creating a syndicate fund for the same. The another startup, or which is actually a social impact division, which is Vardhan, which is working on an initiative to transform 1 lakh youth and children in every city of all districts and in every state of our country. This is one of the startups which has become top 20 startups among 11,000 women in IIM Bangalore. The next startup is AbleCard, which you have heard about Aishwarya talking about that, which is an AI and blockchain based ecosystem. And we are developing an entire health management ecosystem along with integrating with the Aadhaar number of the National Health Mission. So this is what the another initiative and a major initiative, and we'll be raising funds for them on that, apart from helping them to develop, grow their businesses out there. Dityasys is one of a multi-crores revenue venture which has just gotten in within the 2 years of period of time, and they're focusing on various aspects of employment, providing the improving the employability skills, providing 100% job guaranteed model to the students of the colleges and schools in the country, and they've already got signed up contracts with Japan, US, UK for various employment outsourcing contracts especially from the engineering sector. And this is what another unicorn which will be focusing on developing by 2030. Another very good startup by our co-founder, Dr. Vinaya, who is also the co-founder and CEO for Together, is starting up another initiative called Soulful Smiles, which is about setting up a happiness index for each and everybody out there with a tagline, Smile, Dream, Achieve. And she has already got a 1 million soft commitment, even without having a proper pitch deck today. So we'll be supporting her as well to raise funds for the same further and grow her business out there. The another initiative that Together, which we just spoke about, I think Dr. Vinaya spoke about, her daughter is going to take it up much more forward, from a exclusively on that. We already have 23,000 plus Instagram followers. There we have been making multiple, 90 lakhs rupees of revenue in the peak per month at the time of peak time, and we will be supporting them as well for further fundraising. We are finalizing our investment committee. There will be 10 to 12 investment committee members out there, but 3 of the mentors, one is Vatsal Shah, who is very strong in digital marketing and all. He is going to select the startups who are going to be part of our investment cohorts. Atul Mehra, he is running his own company. It's a fintech company which is working on, called DYU Shop, and he's also developing a first GPT for finance from scratch. If you want to be a part of the startup community, just scan this QR code and you will get to know more details about our entire ecosystem of Design Your Unicorn. If you're an investor or a mentor and you want to join our Transformers community, be a part of this exclusive invitation, please fill this form and we will reach out to you for further steps. Rickson Rodriguez, he's also a serial entrepreneur, angel investor and mentor, and with whom we have actually signed. I'm running a syndicate fund with him as well as Atul Mehra, and they are going to be supporting us for identifying for Design Your Unicorn startups as well, for Design Your Unicorn $1 billion fund. So these are the 3 investment committee members which are there. And last but not the least, this is the time for us to pass it on the SKCKJ baton to all of you. The QR code, the pink color QR code, is for the book of the e-synopsis of volume 1 on Mission Zero Unemployment. We would request you to go through that and buy the copy of the book, your own copy at sonekichidiya.org. Just to let you know, 100% of both volumes of the book, Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, Awakening the Golden Bird, merchandise and August Success Festival, goes towards providing education, employment and entrepreneurship opportunities. as well as health and accessibility to underprivileged youth and children of our country. So basically, the entire funds goes to our project called Lakhi Bagh, with where we are providing them free health and free education out there to the 70% of the underprivileged segment of our country. There's another exclusive invitation of the yellow golden color. You can join our Transformers community and we would be happy to work with you. So with this, we would like all of you to keep inspiring, keep bringing, keep growing, keep spreading the Bringle Dream Wave, inspires others, help them achieve and motivate them to pass it on, the SKCKJ baton to each of you. Please take the screenshot and pass that on to each and everybody in your network for downloading the free e-synopsis of the book, volume 1 of Mission Zero Unemployment. So let's speak loud. Jagao, jagao. हर घर सोने की चिड़िया को जगाओ. Awakening the golden bird hidden inside each of you. And once again, thank you so much for being here. And on the day 3 of our success festival of Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, this is the 2nd anniversary we have been celebrating. Yesterday, we had on skills development ecosystem. Today, we had a startups ecosystem. And day before yesterday, we did the inauguration. With this, we are going to, share the various insights or the thoughts around both skills development and startup ecosystems out there. Check website sonekichidiya.org, bringleacademy.com, bringleglobal.com, and designyourunicorn.com. Along with that, you can check more details about health, accessibility, and social impact sector at ablecard.org and vardhan4u.com. So these are the websites. You can go to it, or you can go to bringleglobal.com and you'll get all the websites linked out there. So this is what one of the initiative. Third, we are now, starting up our next world record of reaching out to 201 plus VVIPs, including Prime Minister, President, and Vice President of our country, Chief Minister of all 28 states and 8 union territories, super multi-billionaires of our country, celebrities, bureaucrats, whom we will be sharing the entire message and copy of the both volumes of the book and the magazine, along with various other information about the transformative model of the country to them, and to 5,700 plus VIPs and to 1 lakh plus people in our country, and setting up another world record after setting up a world record of 10,000 plus registrations and 32,000 plus views in a non-stop 50.5 hours of session. So we would want each of you to participate in this World Book of Records. Next World Book of Records is already got confirmation from Elite World Records Chennai to give us the confirmation, and on that. By next year, financial year 24 Success Festival will be setting up a Guinness World Book of Records to reach out to 1 million plus people, and eventually to 10 million plus, and followed by 1 billion plus people in the next 2 to 3 years time, or by 25, 26. So this is how we will be continuously working towards that. And we look forward for all of your support to transform India back into our #1 economy, Sone Ki Chidiya, or a golden bird once again. So let's speak loud. Jagao, jagao. Har ghar sone ki chidiya ko jagao. Awakening the golden bird hidden inside each of you. Rise and shine. Know yourself to transform into a leader.